Hello again, and you are back learning more about music theory and about key signatures. So right now we are on page 30 and 31 of your book. We're going to be talking about major key signatures today. And so I'll show you a little bit about how major key signatures work. A key signature is the group of sharps or flats that are placed to the right of the clef sign on a staff. Think of these as a shortcut, and I'll show you a little bit more how the shortcut works later. But basically, it gives you a clue that every note that is an F or a C in this song, this little part, is going to be sharped. And that is because musicians got tired of writing all the sharps and flats that were needed, and it cluttered up the page. One thing you're going to need to know is that when these sharps are put at the beginning, they're always put in the same order, and this is the order. I like to use silly sentences. They help me to remember things. This is one of the silliest sentences ever. Fat cats go down alleys every birthday. The first letter of each word helps us to remember the order of the sharps. So what we're going to see here is that if there's only one sharp, they're only going to use the first word, fat, F. If there are two sharps, they're going to use the first two words, fat, cats. And that is how it goes. For three sharps, fat, cats, go, and so on. These are the key signatures for sharps used in this book. There are a few more, but in book 4, these are the ones that we're going to use. So take a minute and look at these directions in section 3 and 4. You're going to draw a circle around the key signature. Remember, that's the part right here. That's the shortcut. And you're going to draw a triangle around the time signature. So keep in mind those differences, key signature and time signature. Also, you're going to come down here in section 4, you're going to label each key signature. Now, the easy thing is the answers are up here. So take a moment, pause the video, and complete sections 3 and 4. Now let's take a look at how we can identify major key signatures with sharps. So when you are given a key signature with a sharp, find the last sharp of the key signature, go up one diatonic half step, and that's the name of the major key. So in this case, our last sharp is G sharp, and one half step up from G sharp is A. That's the name of our key. That trick works for every sharp key. Now, there are some exceptions to the rule. One is C major. It has no sharps or flats, so you just have to remember that. And the other one we just have to memorize is F major. It has one flat. So the main thing to remember is C major, no sharps or flats, F major, one. And then this rule, find the last sharp, go up a half step, that equals the name of the major key. Pause your video and take a look at section 5. If you don't understand this, you can look over here and the answers are for you. So complete section 5. Let's turn the page now and take a look at the major scale and key signature on page 32. Again, this is going over the order, the sharps found in a certain major scale will be the exact sharps found in the major key signature of the same name. So if you remember how we found those when we did whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half, we found an F sharp and a C sharp in the key of D, and those are the ones that are over here. It's just that they're in that order that I spoke to you about earlier. The tonic note is the first note. It's also the last note. And that is where we get the name for the key. So for each major key below, name the major key, draw one or two tonic notes, and use whole notes. Pause your video and complete section 6. All right, so now we're going to be reviewing again the order of sharps in the key signature. This is what they look like when you draw all 7 of them. And remember, this is my silly sentence, fat cats go down alleys every birthday. Here's the order of those sharps, fat cats go down alleys every birthday. It looks like this when you draw all 7 from beginning to end. So here, you're going to list the sharps in the order of appearance. So you're only going to need to copy the first 4 for these blanks, the first 1 sharp for this blank, and so on. Next, notice the pattern of these sharps as they appear in the key signature. This is kind of cool. You start high because sharps make notes go up. And you go high, low, high, low. In other words, up, down, down, up, down. And the reason for that is so that the sharps look good on the staff and you don't get crazy sharps up here or crazy sharps below here. It makes a nice, neat pattern. So you will need to learn to draw the pattern of all the sharps so that you're ready to plug them in any way. At the bottom of the page, it says use the grand staff below to practice drawing the complete sharp key signature. That means copy this exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Copy this bass clef exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And then you will have some good practice on drawing key signatures. Pause your video and complete page 33. Now I wanted to let you know that the order of flats is exactly backwards from the order of sharps. So if we take a look at this and we count them backwards, B, E, A, D, G, C, F, we have our order of flats. I like silly sentences and things that help me remember. So here we have the word bead, B-E-A-D, and the words gum, candy, fruit. That always helps me remember the order of flats because I really don't like counting backwards. Either way you choose to do it is fine. I like to give my students several ways that they can think about different things. So lastly in this lesson, I just want to give you a little bit of a number line. And hopefully we will be able to focus on here. Notice that we have listed the keys in order on our number line. If you think about the silly sentence, if we started here, fat cats go down alleys every birthday, fat cats, here's another C, go down alleys every birthday, it's like that keeps going in a pattern always. Now, if you have been exposed to number lines in math, you know that the middle rather is 0, and the positive numbers are on the right, and there are negative numbers on the left. So this little trick may not work for everyone, but it does work for some people. Always remember that C equals 0 sharps and flats. G equals 1, D equals 2, A equals 3, E equals 4, B equals 5. Pretty much if you memorize your number line from here to here, you can do the trick that I'm getting ready to show you. Say, for example, you know that you need the key of A flat, but you're not sure how many flats there are in A flat. If you know that there are 3 sharps in the key of A, you can use a math trick. The perfect number is 7, and if we take our pencil and we subtract 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, on our number line, we have a -4. That reminds us that there are 4 flats in the key of A flat. And then when we remember our order of flats, we know that we can just take the first 4, B, E, A, D, and that will take us to what we need for the key signature. So this number line, if you want to pause and make a copy of it, it's very, very helpful because it can give you a little bit of a different way to think about key signatures if you need to figure them out quickly. Lastly, I just want to show you again how handy it is to have a key signature. Last lesson, we drew the G major scale and we put an F sharp. If I were to make a piece of music and I were going to draw a lot of F's in it, I would need to make sure that all of these were sharped. But remember, a key signature is a shortcut. So instead of drawing all the sharps beside the notes, if I know that they're all going to be in the key of G, I just put 1 sharp there at the beginning, and then I can draw all kinds of notes and make a little melody. And this shortcut gives the musician the idea that all of my F's are going to be sharped. So it's a neat little thing to remember that key signatures really are kind of a shortcut. Hope this video helped you as you learned more and more about major scales and key signatures.